Hey everyone, how's it going? Good? Alright? Not so great? I'm doing alright right now. I'm kind of anxious because of this video, but I don't want to talk too much before I get into what I'm getting into, so I'm going to get into it. This is an about me video. That may not be the title of this video. It may be something like personality deep dive or something. I'm still trying to figure out the title, but it's an about me video. But imagine if somebody asks to tell you something about them and it's the part that you don't usually say. So here we go. It's 5 things. The first thing I have that is about me is my anxiety levels spike through the roof when I sit around knowing I have things to get done. My gosh, this is stressful. That is me today. Like I said in a previous video, I'm trying to learn how to relax and not work all the time. And this is the half of the week. It's Monday right now. This is the half of the week where if I'm at home, I relax. I don't do other work aside from going to work at the coffee shop I work at. So I've been sitting around this morning with the projects I have to get done for my photography and videography stuff in my head. And I have to refrain from doing those things. And it is very hard. It's extremely hard. But I need to do it. So my anxiety levels spike when I'm just sitting around because it's not something I'm used to. I'm used to working all the time. Something my dad said is, when I'm at work, I think about work. When I'm not at work, I don't think about work. I think it's kind of hard when work for me is at an actual place and also at home. And it's a bunch of different things. So yeah. Number 2, I'm so glad I wrote this down because this makes things a whole lot easier. Write it down, y'all. Number 2, I have a habit of trying to people please when I don't need to. And what I mean by that is, I've looked back on life, the old days. No, just kidding. But I've looked back on lots of situations I found myself in. Lots of bad situations I've gotten myself into because I've tried to people please when I did not need to be trying to do that. And a few examples are like, it's like if somebody asks me, hey, how are you doing? How's life going? I, for some reason, feel the need to list all the things I'm working on, all the cool things I'm doing, so that the person who's listening to me thinks, oh, wow, they're doing all this great stuff. Oh my goodness. Da, 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 da. It's so crazy. It's like, I guess it's almost like I want to feel like I am somebody to somebody. So I try to stack on all of these layers of icing to make it look pretty, when I don't need to do that. I imagine that most of the time people aren't even thinking about all that. They just want to know how I am, or what I've been up to, and they don't need all the details. So yeah, number 3 is I'm still learning to be myself in front of people. What you see on my YouTube channel is most of the time myself. There have been some videos I posted where I was trying to be somebody else. You may be able to watch and pick out which videos those are. So, looks like you watch my old videos. Just don't watch them in front of me. But, yeah, what you get on these videos is more me than what you see in person. I just feel like growing up, I felt like my personality, like me being me, was an embarrassing thing. I thought people would make fun of me. I thought people would think I'm too childish. and all these other things. So it's still something I'm learning to do. Like, I'm goofy, but you don't really see that in person. Like, if I'm in person, I'm usually, to myself. I'll just kind of serious face, look around, talk quiet, all these things, but it's me and it isn't. There are times where I can just be like that, but then more often I am this goofy dude. But yeah, I'm still learning to be myself in public, instead of just in front of my family, in front of my wife. So yeah, that's number 3. Number 4, being vulnerable isn't easy for me. It doesn't come easy for me. As I was writing down these points for this video, I was being attacked left and right with anxiety, because this is a hard thing for me to do. It's hard for me. It's even harder to do this in person. Being vulnerable with people. I usually run from that. I'm like, yep. I'll usually just make it quick, short. Yeah, this happened. All right, can we move on now? Yeah, it's not easy for me because it's terrifying. The idea of, I'm still trying to work out what it is. I'm trying to figure out what it is. But where I'm at right now, what I think it might be now is like the idea of letting people in. I think this is in connection with the fact that I am still, with me still trying to be myself in front of people. I don't know where all this fear comes from. Fear of being vulnerable, fear of being myself in front of people. But I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, I'll usually, like, if somebody asks how I'm doing or asks what's wrong, I'll give the shortest, quickest answer. Or I'll be very vague. I won't give a whole lot of detail. And then try to move on from it as fast as I can. And that's not good. It's not. I've been learning more and more recently that that's just not a good thing to do. It's unhealthy. And it definitely doesn't help in relationships. Not at all. So that's number 4. And the last thing I have is, this has to do with the being vulnerable part. Pretty much the same thing. I don't like to talk about hard things. But I need to. This is a hard video to film. I'm having a really tough time right now. Yeah. Hard conversations don't come easy for me. Dang, I'm about to cry. They don't. And I'm still looking into why they're hard for me to have. I guess making this video is a step in the right direction, though. There may not be somebody right here in front of me, but it's good to talk about it still. It's good to put the words out there. Yeah. I think there's so many things that have played into the fact that I don't like hard conversations. And I'm exploring it. My phone is ringing. Oh, it's the wife. Gotta pick this up. Whew. Hey. Gotta pick up when the wife calls. I forgot where I was at. But yeah. Talking about hard things is hard for me. And I'm still figuring out the root of that. I'm still working on it. So, yeah. that concludes the about me. Those are 5 things about me. So I have a question. When people ask you to tell them about you, what is the answer? And I'm not talking about I play sports, I dance. What is the other about you part? The personality part, the struggles. What is your answer if you're going with that? You can comment in the section below what your answer would be, if it's multiple things, if it's one thing. You don't have to comment, it's really just something to think about, but I'd love to see what yours are. Yeah, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you listening. Sure, I'll see you next time. Missed y'all last week, but I'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day, or night, or whatever. And if you're watching this and you don't follow me on Instagram, or you don't subscribe on my YouTube channel, go ahead to my Instagram bio and click follow, or to my YouTube page and hit subscribe. And if you like the video, thumbs up. So yeah, see you next time.